Hey Sarah, how are you? I guess it's been about 3 years since we last talked, right? Oh my god, is that you, Carol? Yeah, must have been at least that long. How have you been? Good. Are you getting along with my younger brother? Yeah, we're doing great as usual. We do have little spats now and again, but yeah, we get by. How's your son and husband? They doing okay? Yeah, Tim's grown up quite a bit, and Simon is doing okay. But he's busy at work and hardly ever comes home. As far as I know, he's going about his business just fine. It's just that I can never get in touch with him. Yeah, well, Simon works on a ship, right? I can understand why. Once he sets off on a journey, he can't return for several months. Must be hard on you. Yeah, well, at least his salary is reasonable. Sometimes he doesn't come back for like 4 months. During such times, it's just him and me. It gets hard sometimes. Isn't Tim like 5 now? He turned 6 this year. Wow, really? He's 6 already? When I last saw him, he was still so tiny. Time really flies, doesn't it? As a matter of fact, I contacted you today concerning Tim. Could you do me a favor? Could you babysit Tim next weekend? Next, weekend? Huh? Unfortunately, I have plans that weekend. Plans? Huh, what plans? We're scheduled to go to a spa up in the mountains with another couple. We planned it some time ago. Finally got reservations. Can't you reschedule it? I don't know. We had a hard time getting this reservation. How about you, Carol? Can't you reschedule? I could do it on another weekend. This week is not good. That's the only weekend that I have anything scheduled. I'm free on other weekends. Sorry, can't reschedule either. What is it that's so important? I got invited to an old friend's wedding. I've known her since grade school. I really want to attend. The place is kind of far, so I really don't want to take Tim with me if possible. It would just be too much trouble. Besides, if I take a kid, I'd have to probably leave right away. I wouldn't really be able to enjoy myself with my old friends. You know what I mean. I'd really like to let it all out and relieve some of this stress that's built up. I would really like to help you out, but I can't reschedule. Please, Carol, do me this one favor. These past few years, I haven't had a break bringing up little Tim. I need a break. And this is my old childhood friend's wedding, so I just can't miss it. I really want to show up and celebrate with her, so please, can't you reschedule? I'm not saying I'll do it, but just for reference, how long would you need babysitting? I would really like you to keep him overnight. Like I said, the place is far and I was planning to stay at a nearby hotel. The wedding is at 2 p.m. on Saturday, and then the reception begins at 3 p.m. or so. Sounds very nice. The whole thing ends at 5 p.m., but then there's this big party afterwards, which, as you can imagine, will be pretty late. Staying overnight, huh? It's not as if I go to these all the time. I really want to stay for the whole shebang. Please, Carol, just this one time, I beg of you. All right. I'll reschedule the trip on another weekend then. I knew I could count on you. You just made my day, Sarah. But are you sure that Tim can stay overnight all alone? Are you sure he won't miss his mom? I hope he doesn't end up crying all night or something. Don't worry about that. He's a pretty quiet kid. No problem there. He went to a kindergarten sleepover several times and never complained or cried even once. Even if he does start crying, if you give him some snacks, he'll calm down just like that. He'll probably get bored sitting at home, so maybe take him to the amusement park. That would cheer him up and put him right to sleep after getting back home. Amusement park, huh? Can't remember one nearby, but I'll check it out. Wow, what a relief. I'm so grateful. I could have asked my folks, but they live so far away that it wasn't even an option. Hope Tim doesn't get worried. I mean, we haven't seen him in years. We're practically strangers to him. No need to worry, Sarah. I know you love kids. You guys will hit it off immediately. Yeah, hope you're right. I heard you guys are trying to have kids. Think of this as preparation for when you have kids. Hey Sarah, I'm about to get on the plane and head back. I still have a bit of time, so I'll pick up some souvenirs. Glad you had a good trip. A lot later than I expected, to be honest. Yeah, well, sorry about that. Can't remember how many bars we went to last night, just one after another. Whole all-nighter, did you? I don't see how you can keep up with them, still young at heart, I guess. What time did you get back?
Like I said, I really don't remember, but I know the sun was out when I got back to the hotel.
So you drank so much that you can't even remember what time you got home? That must have been some party.
Yeah, actually I almost overslept. I conked out as soon as I got back to the hotel.
Really? That's great. Just glad you had so much fun. We took Timmy to the aquarium yesterday. We asked him beforehand, and that was where he wanted to go most. Like you said, he never cried or complained. A very well-behaved kid. I appreciate it. Thanks for looking after him. If I had taken him, I sure would not have had that much fun. I let off plenty of steam. I'm glad for you. You needed it. Carol, there was something that I was a bit concerned about. I found a big bruise on Timmy's leg. It looked kind of painful and, I got a little concerned. A bruise? Really? Timmy said he just tripped and fell, but the location and size of the bruise just didn't look like something you'd get by just falling down. Oh, yeah, I remember. I think it was when he tripped and fell on the stairs. Tim's always playing near the stairs in front of our apartment complex. Are you serious? Does that mean he fell down the stairs? I wonder if he's okay. Maybe we should take him to see a doctor, just in case. There could be a hairline fracture. No need for all the fuss. Kids fall all the time. Their bones are still soft. It's not like he's crying in pain or anything, is he? He went to the aquarium no problem, right? No, he doesn't seem fazed, but when I touched it, he did wince. Seemed like it hurt. Don't worry about it. Kids will be kids. Are you sure we shouldn't take him to the hospital? There's a small clinic nearby. I could take him. You're overreacting. You're making a big deal about nothing. Kids are always getting into trouble. You'll find out one of these days. I'm sure you remember getting nicks and bruises every time you went out to play, right? I was always getting hurt. My knees were constantly black and blue. Yeah, I suppose so. Right? No use making a mountain out of a molehill. If you react like that to every little scratch or bruise, you'd never be able to bring up a child. I know, I've been doing this for 6 years. Hey, I bet Tim has already gotten used to you guys. Could you babysit him again soon? That would be great. Well, you don't want to? You don't seem too stoked about it. No, it's just that I guess so. I can't thank you enough. I would appreciate if you could help me out the week after next. It's hard doing it all on my own. Don't know when your brother is coming back either. I'm glad you decided to help me out going forward. Really puts my mind at ease. But please keep in mind that we have our plans too. We can't just be on 24-hour standby for you. I know, I'm not asking you to be ready 24/7. I'll give you plenty of advance notice. Really? I have your word on that. Sarah, what is going on? What is this, some kind of joke? Why won't you give my kid back to me? I think you know the answer to that. We have no intention of giving Timmy back to you. That means you don't have to come and pick him up. Stop jerking me around. What the hell is this? Give my son back to me. I'm headed over there right this minute. I don't care if you're family, Sarah. I'm going to call the police. You okay with that? Police, huh? I'm glad you brought them up. For your information, I just called them. Wait, what did you say? You already called them? Yes, I already filed a complaint with them. They are on their way here. And, Carol, you're not fit to be a mother. What are you talking about? Why am I the guilty party here? What the hell did I do? You're the lawbreakers here. You have my son hostage. Are you just feigning ignorance? Do you really not know what you've done? I really cannot believe that. How could you do such a despicable thing to Timmy? How could a mother do that to her own child? What the hell are you talking about? The bruises on Timmy's body, that was you, wasn't it, Carol? How many times do I have to explain it to you, Sarah? I said he fell down the stairs. He did it to himself. I found a new bruise today. Was that also from falling down the stairs? Yes, that's right. He probably fell down, maybe not the stairs, but somewhere. I mean, how else would he get bruises? You tell me. Like I explained, kids fall down all the time. You even agreed with me. Yes, Timmy said he fell down the stairs. See what I mean? What did I tell you? But everything seems kind of sketchy to me. Something doesn't add up. His new bruise was on his stomach area. How does one get a bruise on the stomach by falling down? Don't ask me. It could be anything. Maybe he fell off a park bench and hit his stomach. There are all kinds of possible scenarios. But nothing that would leave this kind of bruise. We talked to Timmy and convinced him that we could be trusted and to tell us the truth. We promised him that we would protect him with our lives if need be. Pardon me? We promised Timmy that no matter what happens, we would protect him if he told the truth. Are you insinuating that I threatened him? That I made him swear not to talk? Who do you think I am? I am Timmy's mother. After we told him that we would protect him no matter what, he told us everything. Tears started streaming down his little face as the truth came out. He explained where those bruises came from. What you've been doing to him on a daily basis. What are you even talking about? What is this? Some kind of joke? How long are you going to feign ignorance, Carol? My husband called your folks about this, just so you know. I'm pretty sure they already contacted your husband and his parents. Hold on a second. Why are you making me the baddie all of a sudden? What did I do that was so wrong? Well, we'll soon find out, won't we? The police and the child welfare officer should be visiting you any time now. You have a lot of explaining to do, Carol. We're even thinking about taking all child custody rights from you. I also recommend that my brother divorce you. What? You can't make such decisions without me. Who the hell do you think you are? You're going to take custody? Are you out of your mind? I don't have to listen to this BS. We decided it would be the best possible decision for Timmy. If we take him away from your evil clutches, Timmy will be safe. While my husband was halfway across the world, I was the one who brought Timmy up, all by myself. You have no idea of the suffering I went through. Besides, Timmy would never think about parting with me. How could you ignore what Timmy has to say? For now, the most important thing is to protect Timmy. But the fact is, he's afraid of you. He was terrified that you would get even more angry at him if he told us the truth. His tears wouldn't stop. If we keep you away from him, I'm sure Timmy will calm down and feel safe again. That's just all your interpretation. He wants to be with me. No, he does not. He would be much happier without you. You failed as a mother. Anybody in my position would react the same way. Don't lecture me about being a mother. What a total mistake asking you to babysit Timmy. What was I thinking? I can't believe you people. All this is your fault. So you went down to the child welfare office, huh? They threatened me. That's why I went. I had no choice. So what happened? What did they say? I figured if I went to the office, they would give Timmy back to me. But I was told that they would keep him until my husband returns from overseas. I don't understand why I can't bring my own son home, for God's sake. I'm his mother. They must have concluded that it was dangerous to hand Timmy over to you. What are you talking about, dangerous? I was the one who brought him up, for Pete's sake. And why do I have to wait until my husband returns? He's never here to begin with. I bet Timmy won't even remember him. They can hand him over to the father, but not the mother? Seriously? Your husband won't be back for several more days. I'm sure Timmy will feel quite lonely all by himself. But he's probably safer in that facility. You're saying he won't be safe with me? I heard that your mom and dad are visiting you today. We're supposed to pick them up at the airport later. I suggest you stay home and wait for their arrival. I'm sure you have a lot to talk about. Why do you have to blab to my folks about all this? You know how far they live. You dragged them all the way out here for nothing. This whole thing has been blown completely out of proportion. Why did you have to make such a big thing out of it? It was you that caused it all. Where's the remorse? You exploited everyone around you, including poor Timmy. If you had been a decent mother, this never would have happened. I don't want to be lectured about being a mother from someone who has never had a child. Don't preach to me about raising a child. You never had children. How would you know the hardships I went through? You're what people call a busybody. Yeah, you're right. I have never had a child, but as an adult, I have the obligation to protect children from the likes of you. Especially if the child is my nephew. It's my duty. Your parents and your husband, they are all trying to help Timmy. All right, I admit that I hit Timmy on occasion, just like any mother would. But it's not as if I was hitting him every single day. All parents slap their kids around on occasion. Even my folks slapped me when I was a child. But according to Timmy, you would always take your frustrations out on things around you. You get so frustrated that you would throw stuff around the apartment. So often that the neighbors even complained. Since you couldn't make a ruckus, you started taking your frustrations out on Timmy. You were using Timmy as a way to relieve that frustration pent up inside you. Isn't that right? Yeah, so what? I was at the end of my tether. I was distraught in total despair. It's hard bringing up a child all alone. It's one hardship after another. I was bummed out. What can I say? It's 100 times tougher than you think, Sarah. To say that bringing up a child is tough is no reason to act the way you did. And it seems you were using other ways to relieve your stress. Pardon me? You were secretly having fun behind your husband's back, weren't you? What do you mean? I wasn't having fun. What are you saying? Oh, are you sure? Apparently, you were buying all kinds of expensive items like handbags and jewelry. You even regularly went to that facial massage place downtown, like once a week. You were also going out to lunch with all your friends practically every day. Timmy told us everything. That little brat, why did he even have to blab about all that? You can spend your money however you like. That's not for me to say. But there are other ways to let off steam. Take up a sport or do yoga like me. If you're going to raise your hand to a child, why did you even give birth to him? Your mistake was to use your child as a tool, a way to release your anger and despair that you felt. There you go, preaching to me again. I'm sick of it. Nobody even stops to think about how I feel. That's why nobody wants kids these days. People just don't understand how hard it is to raise kids. You really have nerve saying that, Carol. Don't give me that sob fest about how hard it was for you. How you've suffered. What a total crock. What stress. You had it easy. You're not even working for God's sake. You're just a self-centered, heartless person. I'll say it again and again, Carol. You have no right to be a mother. After her parents arrived, you can probably imagine the fierce confrontation that ensued considering the circumstances. But as expected, Carol was uncompromising in her belief that she was in the right. That she had done nothing wrong. All she did was discipline her child as any mother would. Realizing that there was no getting through to her, they cut all family ties with her. She was apparently devastated by her parents' reaction, believing that at least her parents would support her no matter what. Her husband filed for divorce immediately after his return. He was furious to learn that she had abused their child. After a long court battle, she ultimately lost all custody and visiting rights to her son. Her husband took custody of Timmy and moved in with a close relative somewhere on the West Coast. He still retained his occupation as a sailor, and during long voyages, his uncle and aunt took care of Timmy. I hear they adore and cherish the little guy. As for me and my husband, we're of course concerned about Timmy's well-being. But being with us would only bring back dark memories of those days. So my husband and I opted not to make contact with them. Better to leave things as they are. Timmy's in good hands now, and that's all that matters.